Now we're live. So welcome to BigGunner81 Live, everyone. Tonight, as always, want to thank our sponsors, BAT Arms at batarms.com, our local federally licensed firearms dealer. Eggleston Munitions, thank you, Joe, for counting them out. EgglestonMunitions.com, our manufacturer of polymer-coated projectiles. And we've got Tier 1 Training Corporation, which Toby, I was hoping to be on tonight, but I think he's probably busy packing for 3Gun Nation. It's tier1training.com. And the range at 355 at therange@355.com. New range opened up here in Bolingbrook, Illinois, just local outside of Chicago, about a half hour maybe. And last but not least, our friend Brandon at aafgw.com, which is Applied Arsenal Finishes and Gunworks. And there we go, our 5 sponsors. So welcome everybody tonight. We've got a few new people on tonight with us and some old ones. Of course, we got Ryan Wiggins from down in Arizona.
I'm not old.
Well, you're not old. You're not old as an age, but you've been around for a while, so it's cool. And then we've got a local guy here in Illinois, Mike Bedine, which we'll be talking with soon, who is a returning competitive shooter. And we have Joe Nixon, who's been on with us a couple weeks ago, talking about junior shooters and stuff on our epic train wreck episode that had to be edited.
Classic.
Yes, and we've got Jesse Watson with us tonight too as well. So first off, we're going to start out with talking a little bit with Mike here. He's got a little thing going on with a sweepstakes. So Mike, you're basically a returning competitive shooter. You're a guy that used to do competitive shooting, want to get back into it, and you're trying to raise some funds to build up your gear, if I take that correctly. I'll let you go ahead and explain it.
Yep. Sorry about that. I decided to get back into competition. I used to shoot when I was younger, and age and life kind of split that up. But returning to competition, and as we all know, it gets expensive in a hurry. So I made arrangements with a local gun shop here, and we are running live sweepstakes for a variety of firearms, everything from Canics or, well, we don't quite get as low as high points, but all the way up to Glocks. Currently listed as a Glock. I believe Rick was going to put up a screenshot here.
Yeah, I'm going to pull it up in just a second here. I'm working on it right now to show you guys. In fact, I pulled it off the wrong screen, so that's why I was doing it in the background. But
there's a Glock 34 running right now, and pretty much you speak for however many slots you want to purchase, and we set it up and run it. Everything's run completely random. If you want to buy one slot, you got whatever percentage chance.
Okay, so yeah, like right here you got the Glock 23, 40 caliber Glock, and so it's limited to how many tickets you're selling, but you can buy as many of those
If you want to buy it out because you gotta have it, you can buy it out if you want.
There you go.
There's not a whole lot of profit at the end per firearm, so it allows everybody a chance to win a gun or ammo or optic or whatever's up.
In this group that you're doing this on is called the Shooting Gallery, which normally is a closed group, but if they want to join it, they can contact you, I guess, or whatever, or how does that work?
Yeah. With it being closed, I believe you can tag yourself in. If not, I'll get it opened up, and we'll review that later.
Yeah, and they can contact you at Mike Bedine or Michael Medine. I forget what your name is on Facebook. Is that right?
Yeah.
Which is M-A-D-E-N?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know with the closed group, and the reason why you did the closed group thing, if I got it right, is because the whole Facebook and guns and stuff, people banging stuff.
Gun thing.
Gotcha. So that makes sense. So yeah, so whoever, any of you guys out there,
give everybody a chance to get a firearm for a limited price. I mean, you throw $100 at sweepstakes and you enter 5, 10, you stand a good chance of winning something. And we all like an extra gun here and there.
Cool. So tell us a little bit of background about yourself as far as your shooting too, just so we have an idea of where you came from a little bit.
When I was younger, I used to shoot high power with my grandfather, and then he moved out of state, and then I kind of got out of competition. I did a little bit of stuff here and there, just local matches, just trying to stay competitive and stay shooting. Then life, children, all that fun situation. So all that's over. And my son's getting old enough I can take him to matches with me soon. So I figured I'd get back into competition, and the game has changed a whole lot since when I used to shoot.
Right.
And running a pump 12 gauge and 3-gun doesn't exactly get you on the score sheets anymore.
Right on. So yeah, you were basically looking to get back into doing, or to get into doing 3-gun from where you came from, or with the different types of shooting.
Looking more to get into the practical rifle, practical pistol, just the beginning stages of getting back and getting towards 3-gun. Locally, there's not a lot going on for 3-gun, so again, got to get the money raised up for travel and eventually build sponsorships if I'm lucky.
Well, how far are you from? Let me ask this: how far are you from Aurora Sportsman's Club exactly? Because I know you're here in Illinois.
35 minutes to an hour.
That's not that bad, though. Really, you think it sounds like you have to travel across the country? I'm an hour away from ASC, and I shoot too.
The only essentially shoot location near me.
Right, that is true. We are like the only thing in the area that's that close. Yeah. But we do have 4 matches, by the way, coming up this year. I don't have the date in front of me, but we have a page for that too on Facebook now. One of the guys said
they got a practical rifle coming up, monthly matches, practical pistol, and then they're starting 3-gun, I believe, in May. Correct?
I think that's right. I'd have to check the dates to be 100% sure on that. Yeah. Even though it sounds bad being the sponsorship coordinator, I forget the dates though because there's so many things going on this year. But that does sound about right. I believe May is when we kick it off, and we've got 4 events. But people can also check out on the ASC 3-gun Facebook page as well. There's details on there usually, and pictures and stuff too. So hopefully we'll be able to make it out to some of those events this year with us too.
Then anyone looking to get into the 3-gun or any of the action shooting sports, Aurora Sportsman's Club locally is a phenomenal choice. Any of the practical rifle matches, practical pistol, and just come out and start and enjoy yourself.
Absolutely. I mean, that's where I started. I mean, I started out doing practical rifle there and got into the 3-gun when the club started doing 3-gun.
And if you really want to have fun, there's always the zombie shoot at the end of the year.
That too. That's a pretty big event, actually. We've got a lot of cool stuff that happens there as well. A lot of different stages and things you can do and kind of get a sampling for. In fact, like this past September, I think it was, we had at our 3-gun or at our zombie shoot, we had a 3-gun stage as well, to kind of give people a sampling of what it's like to run a 3-gun match. You know, just one single stage to give it a try. I thought that was really cool that we did that. So, yeah, is there anything else you want to throw out there too, Mike?
Well, basically, just if anybody's been thinking about competition or trying to decide whether or not to get into it, shoot a match. If you've got an AR and 3 magazines, you have pretty much everything you need to run it.
Yeah, if you're doing practical rifle, sure. And of course, ammo. And here's a question: are any of the guns that you're going to be doing your sweepstakes with, are any of them going to be set up for 3-gun type stuff? I mean,
coming up next is a short barrel or a 16-inch barreled AR-10. That's going to be going up.
Oh wow!
There's only 200 chances going to be available on that one.
That's cool. So you get a 1 and 2.
We just ran a couple Bushmasters entry levels, and coming up soon, we're hoping to run some like the Mossberg JM Pros, things that allow people to get started in competition without breaking everybody's bank.
Yeah, that I'll keep an eye on too, because I've thought about trying one of those as well. In fact, that's what Toby usually runs, is the JM Pro, the Mossberg 930. I thought about it. I haven't gotten any time with it to really see if that's what I want, but it's a ways down the road yet anyway for me. But if it's a chance of winning one, I might throw my hat in just to see if I can have that chance, you know?
Yep, it's just a matter of getting enough members to reliably start upping the game for sweepstakes from Skies to Glocks, and then start running some nice stuff, the FNs, M&Ps, nice. Get up to the XDMs.
Now, I don't know if you mentioned this already too. Now, you're doing this through a local dealer, local shop, yes. Right? And this is a shop that you kind of work for part-time or something too?
Yeah, a little bit of stuff on the side here and there, basically just not enough room for an extra guy, but it's something to stay on the edges with.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So,
go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to mention about that whole setup. If there's anything I'm forgetting, if you guys, like Ryan or Joe, if any of you guys have any questions for him too, go ahead and ask.
Yeah.
I'm not a 3-gunner.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as even the other guns he's giving away, if you had any questions about that, so that's cool. Or Jesse, you can always jump in.
I think it's a really cool thing that he's doing. I hope that the audience takes advantage of it and
right.
Play, you know.
Exactly. And I think it's a pretty good opportunity. I mean, like you said, it's a set predetermined number of tickets that are being sold for each gun. Um, they're very reasonably priced. He's not looking to make like all types of money off it, just a little bit here and there on each one to help fund buying himself new gear to get back into it. So it's kind of a beneficial thing for everybody.
The sport is really expensive. It's super expensive, and so for companies to go out there and help the people that are participating in the sport, I mean, it's an awesome opportunity.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm not expecting everyone to fund every bit everything going into it, but at some point I'd like to be able to pick up sponsorships if I can keep my scores up high enough.
Right.
It's just a matter of being able to get started is the hard part.
Right
I
on.
mean, there's a ton to sponsorships. I mean, the performance is obviously there too, but a lot of sponsorships is how you represent yourself on the range and stuff too. A lot of companies look for good, upstanding people, and not just someone who wins every single match. I mean, if you win every single match, but you're a jackwagon on the range, no one really wants to sponsor you because you don't represent yourself well. But if you're that guy that's hustling, taping targets, putting stuff up, helping juniors, everything else, then you get picked up.
I mean, it's a really good thing that you're starting to see now in the world of sponsored shooters is that, I've known a truckload of grandmasters, both in different levels or different associations, and I can tell you now, it doesn't matter what your rank is, what your stature in the game is, or anything like that. If you're a jerk, you're a jerk. Right. I'm not saying that all pros are jerks, and I'm not saying all grandmasters are jerks.
Speaking of pros, I apologize for not introducing properly, Joe. From Freedom, you're sponsors of Freedom Gunworks and Weapon Shield Pro Shooter. So, sorry, I apologize for that because I'm so used to talking to you as Joe, So
right. But I mean, everything comes down to how are you going to represent the sport first and foremost, and most companies are literally like that. It's how are you going to represent the sport? Because when you're representing the sport, everybody's going to flock to you to represent, the brand. And I mean, everything starts there. You're seeing a lot of companies drift away from, sponsoring the most badass shooter out there in favor of somebody who is not only going to represent the company well, but the sport and themselves as people. And that's starting to be a big focus with the companies nowadays.
I absolutely agree on that too, Joe. I've seen that, and it makes sense. I mean, and something else too. Speaking of sponsorship, like everyone always teases me because I've got 5 different sponsors for my show, and I appreciate all the support I can get. But I'm not a sponsored shooter. My show is sponsored. My show is about shooting, so that does still help when it comes to going to matches and so forth, nonetheless. So I do agree. There's some non-traditional roles, I guess, in a sense, when it comes to sponsorship than what we're used to seeing. Like everyone's like, oh, finishing in top, rankings and all that kind of stuff. Well, that's important, like you said. It's the conduct that is also very much important because you could have the person that's not very nice to deal with and doesn't really represent very well, but does really well, like we said.
It's it's getting to that point now where it's everything. I mean, you just don't attract the new shooters with bad attitudes, and I mean it's really starting to go that route nowadays, and I'm glad that it is. I think it should continue that way.
Absolutely.
We last time I was on, we talked about I drove to a major and forgot all my gear, and another shooter loaned me everything. That's the kind of attitude that you want to promote. That's the reflection of our sports.
It is.
I mean, you can hear me out on this, Joe. We buy a ton of gear, and if one of their sponsored shooters is, a jerk, we kind of don't want to buy gear from that company. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Right. At least because it's representative.
Correct.
Absolutely.
And I know that when I go to a match and I put the jersey on, I mean, it's hey, you have to be yourself, but I mean, what kind of person are you in the first place? Look at yourself and you get out there and you interact with people. I can make friends with any person on the planet. I don't care what jersey they're wearing. I don't care if they're not wearing a jersey. But when I put mine on, I mean, I have to understand that, what's that saying from that hockey movie? the name on the front means more than the name on the back or something like that. But
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
it rings true, you know. Everything is attitude.
Well, you know what, too? The great thing about this sport is you can walk right up to the pros, talk to the pros, and they are the nicest people there are. You know what I mean? It's not like NFL. You don't even get close to the pros. So, I mean, that's awesome about this sport, and they're that way because he is representing them and because of the growing community and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Rick, don't be shy when you get down to Three Gun Nation or the Three Gun match down in Frostproof, man. Go up there and chat Jerry up. Make sure you say hi, pay your respects, and kiss the rings.
Kiss the rings? No, I don't know. But, I will be talking to whoever I run into there, definitely. I mean, not a problem there.
Yeah.
In fact, I did run into Lena at Shop Show. Took a picture with her.
You'll meet Clint Upchurch.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome guy.
And all these names I've heard and seen, and I'm still learning who everybody is. So it's like, to me, I don't feel like, as a beginner, that I'm out of place when it comes to talking to people that are in higher standings than I am, because we all put our pants on the same way for the most part. You know?
Step into it.
So, Jesse, tell us a little bit about your background too. I wanted to kind of mention that with you. Like you were telling me before off air that you're kind of like we're a junior shooter and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And tell us about your background.
Well, I'm from Lewiston, Idaho. So great state of Idaho. It's giant. I love it here. We don't just grow potatoes. There's a lot of other things that happen in Idaho.
There's a train track out there.
There's a what?
There's a train track.
The train, just one, right? Just runs through the state.
Yeah, it's for transporting potatoes.
Are they Russians?
So anyway, I started shooting competitively for I think 2 years ago now, 3 years ago now, and basically my dad started me out when I was yay high. You know, you could pump me across the room. Tried, put a block of wood in my hand that was shaped like a Glock. He'd cut it out, and he had just kind of morphed me into a little super child. So that's kind of how I started. My dad now owns an instruction company. It's called Reticle. He employs a bunch of instructors, and we do the concealed carry classes, and we do the carbine classes, and we do, you know, a whole bunch of different things like that. But I'm just trying to stay afloat, you know, school and shooting and everything else. Everything got pretty big pretty fast, so I'm overwhelmed but very excited.
Nice.
How old are you, Jesse?
Hey,
I gotta
hey, hang on one second, Mike.
I gotta cut out.
Yes, I was gonna say that actually. I was gonna say I know you had to cut out a little early because the whole data plan thing with your phone, but not a problem. It was good having you on there and on here with us. And, go ahead. And
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll get together sometime in the future here and do some shooting since you're not all that far. And so the Facebook page is Gun Gallery, or I'm sorry, the Shooting Gallery. And if it is sometimes a closed group right now. It's open for those watching. It'll be open for a little while. But if you can't get a hold of them, just look up Mike Madeen, M-A-D-E-E-N. You can contact him and he can get you set up on Shooting Gallery on the Facebook page.
Yep.
So, all right, Mike. Peace out. We'll talk to you in the future here soon.
Yep. Again, thanks for the opportunity.
Likewise. So, Jesse, not to interrupt you there for a second, I was going to say, so do you have some sponsors now that you have for your shooting?
Yeah, I have. Actually, I've been very fortunate to have a lot of great companies represent me as a shooter, being so young. They've really believed in me, and they've done a lot for me.
You're 18, right? You were telling me?
Yeah, I just turned 18 in December, so but I shot as a junior for 2 years, and this will be my first year as a non-junior, so it's kind of scary for me. You know, I'm jumping up into the big leagues, but I've been practicing so hard, so I think I'll be okay. But
so if you want, you're welcome to mention your sponsors too on the show.
Okay. So Works from Princeton. I've got their logo on right now. basically what they've done for me is they've built me an entire rig here. They're a holster company. They built me this. I don't know if you guys can see it. The lighting's kind of bad, but they built me a competition holster. They
Are
built
you on
me.
Instagram too, right?
Yes, I'm on Instagram. Yeah, all my sponsors are on Instagram too. I
So
believe.
how do people find you on Instagram? What's your name on there?
It's Watt_Jess. You can just look it up. Jesse Watson will find me as well.
Okay.
So
that way they can see the picture. Since you can't see it so well on the camera here, they'll be able to check that out in the future if they want to see your holster setup from Works.
yeah, I'll have to. Maybe I'll post a picture or something like that. But I've got Works, and then Agency Arms out of California. I sent in my Glock, and they fixed it up, man. Did they make it a Ferrari? Basically, I started out with, a Honda Civic, and they made it a Ferrari. So I can't believe it. It's amazing. Chris Naganuma, he put a S3F Solutions barrel in it. They're one of my other sponsors, and they shoot ridiculous, man. I can shoot the tightest groups with them. Landers Weapon Solutions out of Texas, they Cerakote my stuff and do some other stuff for me. So I really enjoy them. Freedom Munitions has been helping me out just a little bit.
Cool.
That's been an awesome time as well. Northwest Shooter Supply out of La Crosse, Washington. They've been providing me with bags. They've been providing me with belts. Anything that I need, basically, I can get anything from them that I need that some of my other guys can't do. So
Right.
those are a few of them,
Cool.
and I've
You're
really
saying
enjoyed working.
you had a sweepstakes you were doing that you just drew a winner for too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So in light of reaching 1,000 followers on Instagram, I said that I was going to do a holster giveaway. So I teamed up with Shan from Works. He's the owner, and he sent me a coupon code, and we're gonna give it away right now. I've got the guy's number. We're gonna call him. You want to do that right now?
Yeah, go ahead, do it. Let's call him up and tell him. Tell him that you're live too, so he knows that as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Let's do it.
Take a picture of my screenshot here for the Instagram, although it's going to be all like messed up looking because it's dark.
Hold on, before you do that, let me throw gang signs or something.
Too late.
Damn it.
All right, someone's got to remember this number because it won't copy and paste. Oh,
Gotcha.
yeah, well, never mind. Sorry, I lied.
It's okay. It's not like we're live or anything, right?
Yeah, it's no problem.
Yeah, whatever. Actually, it's not working. Oh, my gosh. All right, here, 1 sec.
No worries.
This is horrible.
Don't stress out about
Right.
it. We're just having fun with you. We're talking about gun stuff. It's not like it's some big production with a bazillion people watching. Maybe one day there will be, but right now,
Yeah, we're all allergic to technology at some point in time in the day.
yeah.
Yeah.
Jesse, are you shooting the Three Gun Nation series?
I am. I'm going to be shooting I'm going to be shooting a couple club series, and then I'm going to be attending the Western Regional, and some other stuff. I'm going to go down to Ironman, do the HA, Northwest Multi-Gun, and the Oregon 3-Gun Challenge.
So are you not
Maybe
in
some
Florida
other
next
stuff.
weekend?
What's that?
Are you in Florida next weekend?
No, he's not.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
No, that's so far away. It's really difficult with school to try and get school off too, because I have to think about if I miss a certain number of days, then they can start withholding credits. So what I have to do is towards the end, well, I guess more like the middle of the season when there's more important matches, I can miss school for those matches, but like the regional event down in Florida, I can miss that because I have a Western one.
Right.
Let me find a pen here. Here we go.
Doesn't work, huh? Hey, Joe, are you actually on Instagram too?
Strangely enough, yes, I am.
What is your name? Just Joe Nixon on there as well?
You can find me as Joe Nixon, not for U03. The number 4 is not, don't spell out 4.
All right, you guys ready to call this guy?
Say that one more time, Joe. Not 4013. What?
Not the number 4, the letter U03.
Got it. Yeah, go ahead, Jesse.
Mind if I put him on speaker here?
Yeah, just let them know you're live with them on our show, BigGunner81 Live.
Hopefully he swears.
What?
Michael,
Hey, Michael, how are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Mr. Watson.
This is Jesse Watson. You're live on
Hey, how's it going?
Good. You're live on BigGunner81 right now.
Wow. Well, cool.
Yeah. So shout out to them. Hey, guess what?
What's up, sir?
Hey, you won the Works holster draw.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely you did.
Now, that's
Congrats.
awesome. Like, that's awesome to hear.
Yeah. So what we'll do for you is
Hear us.
I'm gonna send you a coupon code, all right, in an email, and you can pick any Origin holster you want in black. If you upgrade it, you can upgrade it. It doesn't matter. We got it all for you, okay?
That's really awesome of you and Works the whole that giveaway.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to give back to the community. Definitely want to give back to a veteran. I saw 13 plus years, right?
Yes, sir, in the Army.
In the Army. Awesome.
Awesome.
So we really appreciate that. I know BigGunner81 really appreciates that as well, huh, buddy?
Yes, we do.
So
I appreciate that.
awesome. Well, they're congratulating you here, and tune in to BigGunner81 right now on YouTube if you'd like.
Yep.
Watch us.
Yep.
Everybody's big smiles.
Congratulations, man.
I appreciate that.
YouTube.com/BigGunner81.
All right. I'll talk to you later, buddy. Okay.
You have a good night. Thank you for calling.
All right. You too.
Shout out to everyone
Congratulations.
there.
All right.
Thank you.
Yep. See you later.
That was cool. That was very cool. It was the first time we've actually did something where we actually called the winner live. I love it. Thank you for sharing that with us.
I mean, I'm excited because this guy, 13 plus year veteran, and I did it on a random draw. Like I literally just randomized everything, and there was nothing. Like it's not like I hand selected anyone, and it just so happened that this guy had been a veteran, and that's what we're all about,
Right.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
really, giving back to those guys who have gave the ultimate sacrifice, So
Since we're on that subject,
Yeah,
I
Joe.
was, one of my sponsors, Weapon Shield, George Fennell. We were talking about a little while ago about what we could do for some of our troops, and I have a friend of mine. He's actually active duty. I'm not going to mention his name for obvious reasons, but he's actually active duty with 3rd Battalion, 75th Rangers, and like every Army guy and every military guy who's got to put a rifle on his chest and go out and do the damn thing every day, there's always something wrong. And I talked to George about this, and George, if you're watching, I know you said you didn't want any publicity about it, but I'm about to blow that out of the water. You're just going to have to yell at me later about it. So my buddy's platoon, we thought we were going to do something nice for him. I brought it up to George, and George went through and put together an entire kit for each and every weapon for each and every man in my buddy's platoon before they step off, and go downrange, and you'll see a lot of guys, and just touching on what Jesse said, you see a lot of companies who do exactly that. There's a lot of things that goes on under the radar at Freedom Gunworks, that we do for service members. And, Bobby never wants, any kind of thank you for that. He doesn't want the publicity for it. And, these are the kind of people that I personally represent, and that's just a small percentage of the kind of people that are in our sports, that are in our industry. Shane Hall at Rainier Ballistics, he does a lot of that as well. Guys out at Extreme Ballistics out in California, they do a lot of that. Midway USA is always huge and something like that, and I think that it's important that, and it's not just our show, but I think that all the shows that do something like that, I mean, everybody needs to touch on that, how much these builders and how much these manufacturers, the things that they don't advertise, that they give back to people, to people who serve and they take care of our military. And, I think that there's a big opportunity to give some respect out there that just gets lost. So, again, Bobby, George, I know you guys don't like that kind of publicity, but it's high time somebody thank you for that publicly. And, thank you very much for the things you guys do.
absolutely.
That's awesome, Joe.
Thank you for that.
Thank you for
Yeah.
mentioning that too, because if we didn't hear it from you, we may not have known that kind of stuff, and everyone out there wouldn't. And
like I said, not just my guys. It's pretty much every manufacturer across the board. They all do something,
Yeah.
And
what
I
was
think
that earlier, 2A alpha? Right? Wasn't that the term you used earlier, 2A alpha?
Oh, Pro 2 Alpha, baby.
Yes. So, and one thing you mentioned a little while ago, you said not just on our show. You're right. That's the thing. This show, even though it's my channel, it's our show. You're on here with me. This is our sport. This is something that a project that I put together, but it's something I share with everybody. It's not just about me,
Sure.
So I appreciate that when you can bring stuff like that to the table to mention it, because it's things that I don't know about, so I can't bring it out there. And you're here with us, and I appreciate that a lot. So by the way, Ryan, you haven't said a whole lot tonight. Have you anything interesting going on lately?
I don't know, man. Just getting ready for Florida. I got a lot of work to do tonight. I got a lot of guns finished coding.
Breaking down stages right now.
What's that?
You look like you're breaking down stages.
What are you, like, going over them?
Yeah, how you gonna run them? How you gonna do it?
Yeah, I mean, Brian's been putting out, and Charles has been putting out the SketchUp files on that 3-gun members and events or whatever. I'm kind of going over there. It's going to be a real high-speed match, so I'm excited for that.
I have not looked at any of that stuff, and I'm like, I don't think I want to. I think I'm just going to go, because high speed and me don't really go real well. So.
Well, when we get there on Friday and you go through registration, we'll go walk the stages together and check it out, man.
Right on. We'll see what we can do to help increase my lack of speed or something. But it'll be fun.
You just got to be like a wheel, man. A wheel in motion. Just
but how fast are you on wheels?
Yeah. No, yeah, that's.
I want to see you run a course of fire on one of those hoverboards, man.
Yeah, me? I don't think so.
Before it explodes while you're shooting, I want to see you do that and see if you can pull it off.
Yeah, just what I want. Hoverboard, hoverboard stage.
I've got a $100 bet that says you break 180.
Don't say that.
Hey,
You have to stay.
Just real quick on that topic, I actually just got done watching a video of Jesse Tischhauser, who had broken his leg and was using a automated automatic wheelchair to drive around and shoot 3-gun with, and I thought that was the funniest thing I've ever seen. So it can be done. It can be done.
Hey, yeah. just throwing that out there. There's a guy. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I mean, he's not American. He's international, but I swear I think he's in Italy, and he runs IPSC in the classic division. He's paralyzed from the waist down.
Oh, wow.
And he has got, and see, stuff like that to me, I love seeing stuff like that, because you really get to think about all the whiners and the guys who bitch about little things all during the day.
Yeah.
And you see a guy like that out there just going ham on a course of fire and doing it well.
Yeah, absolutely.
In a wheelchair. I think that stuff like you look at guys like Nubs.
I was gonna say that.
I was just gonna say that too. Hunter, great kid, and what an amazing story. Seriously, how he shoots way better than I can, and wow, I just can't even believe it.
That's funny. You said kid, and isn't he like older than you by a year or two or something?
Okay, he's like 6 years older than me. All right, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I can remember his age.
Yeah, it's odd hearing you call somebody kid. I mean, you literally could be my son. You understand that, right?
No, okay.
I know.
I'm just throwing that out.
Literally,
I'm sorry.
You can be my son. I don't know, but
I'm sorry. I messed up. My bad.
I've never been to Idaho. You're safe, man.
Nice. So,
hey, just out of curiosity, I want to throw a shout out, guys, to the guys down at Universal Shooting Academy, where you guys are shooting your 3-gun event.
Is that what that's at?
Yep. Sure. They hosted Florida Open this last weekend, and they've turned everything around, and they're going to host your 3-gun event, which is going to be massive down there this weekend. You gotta give it to those guys, man. They those guys, Shannon Smith and Manny Bragg and them. I mean, they run a top-notch facility first and foremost, and they put on some really, really high quality matches. I mean, you've got to have all your gear in the same sock when you go down there. That's for sure.
Yeah, we'll see how it all goes. This will be the first regional event like this for me, so I don't have a lot of strong confidence in me placing very high at it, but I'm gonna have fun with it. That's number one.
Yeah.
Well, safety is number one, fun is number two, and they kind of go hand in hand. If you're not being safe, you're not gonna have fun.
Of course not.
So.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, you don't have to change the subject of the chat, but
That's okay.
So something that comes up with me all the time is, obviously in our positions we have to practice a lot. Nothing that we can do, we just have to do it a lot. If we want to be the best of the best, we got to practice the best. So I recently switched over to when I'm not able to get on the range, I do a blowback airsoft training kind of exercise with some blowback airsoft guns. Do you do anything like that, Joe?
I did way before I was sponsored. My son is really big into airsoft, so we already had him laying around. And Lily is your friend. I found out a few years ago that there is a company out there that makes USPSA and IPSC targets scaled down specifically for airsoft training. They make steel poppers. They make all kinds of stuff. And yeah, I mean, I'm not ashamed to admit it. Yeah, when I was first starting out and really starting to get into the shooting thing, I mean, we had a Glock 17 airsoft gun. I carried a Glock 19, and that's what I started with. But yeah, I used to do that a lot. My son used to complain about me using all the green gas all the time, but I did get my reps in. And I lived in North Florida, and it's that type of place where it's 100% chance of rain every day from April to June.
Yeah. The
question is what time is it going to rain? So, right. I mean, getting out there and popping off in the garage or something like that, is I definitely did that. I definitely did that a lot. I think it's beneficial to be able to do something like that.
Which, by the way, there's a company called Laser Ammo that makes a setup that actually I may be testing out very soon here as well and do a video on for them. As a possibility. What they do is they have a targeting system that can link themselves together, and they'll have like shoot and no shoot scenarios, or almost like a Simon Says type thing where it'll light up one of them and you have to get that one, and helps with your target acquisition and so forth. And it'll work with real guns without obviously dry firing. They have an adapter that goes inside of it or something that uses a laser. Might even work with cert guns too. I'm not sure. And also with airsoft, there's a device you get as long as your pistol or your rifle, whatever, has like a rail on it, it'll allow you to utilize this targeting system. So I'm hoping to get one of these to test out pretty soon to kind of show off and kind of show, but it's bring to you guys. But it's kind of neat because you can set it up like in your living room or whatever with a bunch of, like you said, scaled down targets and be able to pick them off really quickly. And like the no shoot scenarios, from my memory of this, if you hit a no shoot, all of them will flash like to give you a warning, like you just hit the no shoot, and you can program them. And plus, you can add on as many targets or however many targets they limit you to.
Right.
So you could buy like 3 of them, and and buy more later and add them so you can have a larger array to play with. So something kind of cool in the works. Hopefully, I'll get to show you guys in the future with the video. Maybe the next month or so. I don't know.
Yeah, my buddy down in I gotta mention him.
Sure.
Matt Mitchell down at Gainesville Target Range in Florida.
What was his name again? Because it was kind of
Mitchell. Jesse, you might know him because he was out in Washington State for a long time, and he shot a lot of championships up there.
Maybe dude. You know how it is. You hear all the names and stuff like that, but it's really hard to put name to face. May have met him at one time, but
sure, of course. Matt's a former teammate. We shot together when we were both with Carver Custom, shooting Glocks, and he's used that cert pistol. I don't know if he still uses it nowadays, but he just finished third master down in production division at the Florida Open, which is huge. If you guys don't know anything about Florida Open,
No, I don't.
Open is one of the most. I mean, they put you through the ringer down there. That's a real man's tournament. It's so difficult. I mean, we have a lot of people show up from overseas specifically to shoot that match. You know,
Yeah.
I remember a couple years back, the entire European team from SBI Infinity flew over from Germany and Belgium to come shoot Florida Open. I mean, it's a rough tournament to run. You know, we had a lot of guys, a lot of good friends down there do really well. Corey Yates out of Louisiana, he did really well. He won A-Class Open. Shout out to him. Good job, Corey. And I mean, what surprised me the most out of this weekend was the much debated about Carry Optics division actually had a showing. I think they had 10 or 11 shooters or something like that. The legend himself, Doug Koenig, won. But
While we're on that subject really quick of that foreigners coming over from overseas and stuff, how amazing is it that the people from Japan and places like that who can't have centerfire guns practice with airsoft pistols and then come over and compete at the highest level possible over here in the United States? How amazing is that? I mean, I get to witness, I went down to San Luis Obispo, California in November for the World Speed Shooting Championships for Steel Challenge. And I saw some of the most amazing people from different countries where they don't shoot centerfire guns on the daily. They shoot airsoft guns to practice. I think that's amazing.
it really is. It really is. I really enjoy the international guys to come over and shoot. That's one of my most favorite things. I look forward to things like that in a match, just because you get to see how they shoot. It kind of gives you an open window into how it is in their country. I personally, I think it's great. They don't get our rules because they shoot IPSC, you know. But at the same time, I was fortunate enough last year to go to World Shoot down in Frostproof, and it was an experience. It really was. But it is amazing how, you know, it definitely is amazing how they can pull stuff like that off, not being able to have center fire rounds or weapons or anything like that.
Gotta adapt. and you know what? That almost goes not even just with their country and all that kind of stuff and their restrictions, but that's something you see with a lot of different things, like in the world of guns. Like, for example, short barrel rifles and having AR-15 pistols. You know, we adapt because of limitations that are put on us.
No doubt about it.
Some of those limitations are kind of put on us by our own people, you know, but whatever. We have to do what we can do to keep our gun rights and everything and keep opening back up our gun rights.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, that's the way the human race is, though. We're innovators, you know. We live to adapt, so that's just what we do.
That is true. So, no, that's cool. Drinking my coffee, keep myself awake here.
Hey, Ryan, are you taking backup guns this weekend?
No, I don't. I don't really have the need for that. I don't think.
No, because you can borrow my stuff always too. You know, I know. It's just.
I'm just curious. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Obviously, you guys have shot in Frostproof before, right?
Nope, not me.
Ryan?
No.
Oh, good God.
I'm from Arizona, dude. I've only been shooting 3-gun for like 8 months, so I've shot like 3 major matches.
But dude, you're tearing it up. I gotta say.
Hey, what's the temperature where you're at, Rick?
You know, I don't even know. It's cool outside. I can tell you that. But
what do you think your average is?
I don't even know. I'll tell you in just a second. I'll look it up on weather.com just for you. Okay, it's 36 degrees outside.
It's 36 degrees.
It's like 85 today here.
It's supposed to be in the 80s and Frostproof next weekend.
Well, I thought Ryan said it went down. Like,
the forecast says it's going to be like 70 with 40% humidity. It keeps changing.
That's going to change. That's always going to constantly change. There's 2 things I want you guys to, or 3 things I want you guys to be worried about when you get down there. One,
I'm not going to worry about anything.
rain, heat, and humidity.
Dude,
I'd hate to see that beautiful beer get all frizzy, man. Just be
Bro, I thrive in austere conditions.
yeah, that's pretty much, I said, hey, I should bring some rain gear with, and Toby's like, no, just an umbrella. If you want to bring an umbrella, I'm going to bring an umbrella. But he's like, otherwise, we're just going to play in the rain, dude. Just
Dude,
do it.
forget that. Get something to cover your guns. You'll dry.
That first morning at Nationals was pretty rough.
Yeah.
On the serious though, just make sure you guys bring some water and crap, because I made that mistake going to a big match. Getting dehydrated and just, oh man, getting weak and shaky. You got to drink some water.
Ryan can tell you about that. Ryan has a story about that.
I got lots of stories, but we're going prepared to Florida.
Yeah.
We got electrolytes, we got food, we got water. We'll be good.
Yeah. You're flying, Ryan, or are you driving?
Flying. Driving would take me like 3 days.
Holy cow.
How are you getting your ammo over?
It's like 2,500 miles. My ammo's already there at the hotel.
I got you.
Actually, I'm bringing my shotgun ammo. Just checking it.
How many rounds are you bringing with for your shotgun?
Shotgun, I think I have like 200 or so. 200. I got a big selection though. We don't need that many. We only need 100, but I got all sorts of fun things like 6-shot, 1,400 foot per second. I got about 25 slugs. I got some 8-shot, 7.5 shot, 1350s. I like to bring an assortment. I know I've been made fun of in the past, but when other people change their chokes out, I just change my ammo.
Nice.
It seems to be working okay.
As a general rule of thumb, I will always take pretty much double the ammo that it's called for, because what happens to me every single time is I'll go up to shoot a stage and then I'll have a range malfunction or something like that, and I'll have to reshoot. And that happens. At big matches, that'll happen every now and then, so you get screwed with ammo.
Yeah, I think I've had to reshoot it all the major matches I've been to.
Yeah. I'm sure Joe can attest to that as well over his time.
Oh, good God.
What kind of things caused your reshoots there, Ryan?
At Nationals in Vegas, they had these little clay pigeons hanging that we had to shoot with our rifle at like 30 yards, and it was all the way at the end of the stage. I had already shot like 75 rounds on this damn stage, and the guy's like, wait, stop. It's like, what? It's like clay pigeon fell. So I had to reshoot that.
Oh, that sucks. That's
and
a good thing to recognize. I always figure double ammo because I'm probably going to burn through more on a stage than necessary is the way I look at it. If I finish the stage, I guess, too, because I have had that issue with one of the matches I went to that I parred out most every single one of the stages. But I was extremely tired, too. Hopefully I'll get
We're going to have you moving. You're going to be moving.
Hoverboard.
No extra shots.
Hoverboard?
Scoot, man.
I just have to carry the big stick.
You need a couple? I'll loan you some, big boy.
No, actually, by the way, I did actually get a nice little care package for some testing evaluation work from the GAR, so I've got some extra mags for my pistol now, which is very nice of them, which I'll be doing some videos on their stuff pretty soon, too. So stay tuned for that. You can go to mec-gar.com, check out their mags.
So I got another question for Joe here really quick while we're on that.
No. No more questions, Jesse.
No questions? Oh,
I'm kidding. Go ahead. Give me a hard time.
You don't mind the questions, do you, Joe?
No.
What are you running for gear, specifically firearms?
I run 2011s exclusively, and I run exclusively for Freedom Gun Works, CK Arms.
Awesome.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, Jesse, what
the
are
rest
you
of my gear is like my holsters, my belts, my range bag, my mag pouches are from my sponsor Ernie Hill at Ernie Hill Speed / Guga Rivas.
Wait, I got something to show you.
I know that bag really well.
So what is her name? I met her down in California. She's super nice. She's from Ernie Hill Speed.
Dude, I haven't met half of the team. We're spread out all over.
Yeah.
So, Jesse, tell us about what you're running too for your gear, for your guns and everything. Like, what do you,
So,
I don't think you
it's
mentioned
specifically a handgun or a rifle?
all three. For your 3 guns, you're going to be running for 3-gun, for example.
So, right now, I'm running a Glock 17 by Agency Arms.
Right.
It's got an SGS Solutions barrel in it. It's the Urban Combat, so it's got the 3 windows cut out with the serrations on it. It's stippled, got the grooves cut out, and then it's the Agency Arms 2.5-pound trigger. It is sweet. It is sweet. And then I also, for my rifle, I'm running some notable parts really quick: a Seekin stainless steel match barrel, a Lantac Dragon muzzle brake, CMC trigger, some other goodies.
What is
that's basically.
What's the receiver that you're running on it? Because I assume it's a custom build by everything you're naming off on it, right?
It's okay. So it's a Seekin's upper.
Okay.
And then as bad as it sounds, it's actually an Anderson's lower, and I'm super impressed with the Anderson's lower.
Wait, why do you say as bad as it sounds? The Anderson lowers are good. They're awesome.
No, I mean, they are good, but every time I tell someone I run an Anderson lower, they get like some weird look on their face because, you know, they're very affordable. They're $50 for a strip lower.
Yeah,
But honestly, I can attest to their products. Their products are sweet. Yeah. Even for the money, they're awesome. But the thing about a lower receiver is a lower receiver, there are some moving parts and stuff like that in it, but you don't have to spend near as much on a lower as you do as an upper. You know what I mean?
Right.
I have an audience question when you guys are done.
Yeah, he's going to tell us about a shotgun too, I think.
Yeah, and then my shotgun, I actually run a Stoeger M3000 with Nordic Components tube extension.
Nice.
So that's what I run for my gear.
Right on. So what's your question, Joe?
This comes from Dan Bowman in Central Pennsylvania, and he says, Joe, I've been shooting USPSA for quite a few years, and this year I'm making the leap into limited division from production. I've been shooting an M&P with all the Apex goodies that you can think of, and I'm wondering what the benefits are of shooting a polymer-based gun versus a 2011 or a steel frame gun in limited and open and limited 10 divisions. Okay, well, Dan, the major advantage that you're going to get out of shooting a 2011 is the difference in weight. 2011s are a lot heavier than most of the polymer-based weapons out there. And it's not just 2011s, Tangfolios, EAA, even Berettas. I've seen guys shoot Berettas really well in limited 10. But the weight is the biggest difference. I personally think the accuracy is a lot better. There's not as much barrel movement when you set a Tangfo or a or 2011. When you set those down, you put it into full battery. I mean, your barrel's not going to move. The accuracy, I think, is slightly better. I remember when I had a tuned Carver Glock. Best group I ever did was an 1 3/4 at 25 yards. With a 2011 gun, was shooting the same load a couple years later. I managed, a 1-inch group at 25 yards under the same conditions. I mean, the differences are going to be slight, but the weight's going to be the biggest thing that really kicks you in the pants and really opens your eyes to what the differences are. Weight is something that gets added to a gun or is built that way. That's one of those things that you don't have to do and you don't have to train for to help you manage recoil. Capacity is one thing. I mean, so the mags you can massage the mags, or you can buy like an MBX. They come pre-tuned, and you'll get more capacity that way as well. Word of caution, as you go from a polymer-based gun that literally will, if you can get sand in a case and primer and bullet in there and do it, then it'll shoot. You go from a polymer gun that'll shoot anything, and you'll find that 2011s, 1911s, Tangfolios, or steel-based guns can be finicky. Your magazines and your ammo play just as much in the gun running 100% as the gun itself.
I have heard that too.
If you're going to jump into the deep end of the pool like that and step up to that level of competition shooting, be prepared to go to school all over again and forget everything you know about guns.
I guess I'm going to add to that.
Absolutely.
On a different side of the spectrum, because I'm a Glock shooter.
Right. What's the hashtag for that one?
I don't know. I don't have a hashtag. But it runs pretty good. But from my experience, I encountered some stages in 3-gun where we were forced to ditch our pistol into a bucket. And I actually saw 3 professional level shooters get disqualified from a match for dropping their STI into a bucket because they dropped it so hard the safety popped off of the round and chamber.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I was shooting with Jerry Micklick in Alabama in regionals, and he was cracking up when I turned around after dropping my pistol, and afterwards I was like, Jerry, why are you laughing? And he's like, because you just threw your pistol into the bucket. Because most people, they were like bending over to set their pistol into the bucket before they turned around and sprinted back. I'm 6'3", and I didn't bend over at all. I just threw my gun into the bucket. Because I can throw this around all day long, it's not going to go off, you know.
Sure.
But you do have a lot. You have a lot working against you sometimes with a polymer gun.
Absolutely.
Just because the nature of the firing, you know, the system inside of it, you're actually pulling the striker back when you pull the trigger. Whereas on an STI or any 1911 style gun, it's all, you know, the potential energy is just right there. You got to break that sear from the hammer a couple thousandths of an inch. You know, you get a 1-pound trigger pull on those things. So when you pull the trigger and your sights are lined up on that target, it's going to go right where you were aiming. With a Glock or even M&Ps, you're pulling that trigger. You have to. There's a little bit more muscle discipline, I think, that has to come into play if you want to shoot as accurately as an STI can. And the way I compare it, like Jesse was comparing it to cars earlier. I mean, when I'm shooting my Glock against STI guys, I feel like I'm on the track in a Honda Civic racing against Ferraris and stuff.
But how great does it feel to outrun a Ferrari and a Honda Civic?
You know what, man? I got second place on Sunday at a USPSA match, like a kind of private, hidden match. I shoot 9mm, so I was a minor. And I got second place in limited and 9th place overall, and there's a bunch of open shooters and stuff. So I was pretty stoked. But it makes me happy because a lot of the STI guys, you know, they make fun of us. I got some guys in my club that say that my gun comes in Tupperware and you know, stuff like that.
You'll never hear me do that. I am a firm believer in the power of plastic.
I love it because then I go out there and beat some of them, you know. Maybe not every week, but
that said, before you get on a roll and run with that. That said, I drive a 2011 a hell of a lot better than a polymer gun.
Yeah, I bet I do too, man. I shot a 2011. I shot a 2011 limited gun on a Texas Star, and I think a Texas Star and a stop plate, and it was like 5 seconds, and I tried over and over again with my Glock, and I just could not do it. And I did it the first time I tried the FTI, but I mean, I grew up on 1911s. I can't afford one yet.
Well, I mean, you get the guys like Vogel, and I mean, that guy shoots Glock exclusively, and he smashes. You know, he went out and shot Pro-Am this year in open division with an iron-sighted Glock and won. What does that tell you? Okay? I mean,
awesome.
it's never the bow, guys. It's always the Indian.
Right.
It's funny that you say iron-sighted Glock, unless you actually had different sights on it than like the factory plastic ones.
You know what? I think that if he would have put a blindfold on and shot strong hand only, I still think people would have trouble beating him.
Yeah.
Say the same thing about Sal Luna. I remember, I'm trying to remember which match it was, but it was last year, end of last year. Guy hurts his hand before this match, level 2 major. Hurts his hand, shot the entire match of production division, which is one of the most competitive, shot the entire match of production division one-handed and still placed. I'm telling you, it's not all, Dan, listen to this part. It is not always the Indian. I'm sorry, it's not always the bow, it's always the Indian, okay? It's all up here.
So, just out of curiosity and to bring some light to the situation, what do you guys carry? Do you carry a 2011 or do you carry a Glock?
I carry a Glock now, actually, myself. But I don't...
Answer that question based on future ridicule.
What's that?
I'm just curious as all.
Said I refuse to answer that question based on future ridicule.
Gotcha. But
carry
again,
the Glock.
you guys all shoot your Glocks.
Glock, yeah.
You guys all shoot your STIs and 2011s and all that. And I'm here just starting out shooting a P226 in competition.
Hey, man, you know what? I've seen some guys wreck stuff with P226, and honestly, the thing that's more important is that you're out there doing it and shooting, and
Right.
a lot of people aren't. And it's better that you're out there doing it. Everybody has to start somewhere, and everybody has humble beginnings, seriously.
Absolutely. So, Ryan,
again, and I think I've done this before, he was asked publicly, hey man, you're that good. You could be so much better with a 2011. Why do you shoot a Glock? And a very simple answer, and after he finished the answer, the conversation stopped immediately. And his answer was, it's what I'm most comfortable with.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Ryan, did you say you carry a Glock 19 for your everyday too, or what?
Yeah, I do now.
Got it. That's cool. So I just recently picked up the Glock 19, as you know, and I also want to give a shout out to KineticConcealment.com, Kinetic Holsters, who set me up with one of their holsters recently, and did a little review for them as well. And so far, I'm really liking the holster, not because they gave it to me, just because it is actually a really nice holster.
Yeah, I can't shoot my Glock 19 for crap. I could probably make 3 headshots in less than 3 seconds if the situation arises, but I shoot my 34 a lot better.
I could see that, really.
But
I mean, in my experience with shooting it.
if I pop someone in Circle K with this thing, I'd probably be going to jail.
Yeah, that's not going to work out for you.
I got 2.55 critical.
If you pop someone to begin with, you're probably going to jail right off the bat anyway.
No. Trust me. The guy that I was buying Copenhagen off of near my house actually just got shot and killed inside the Circle K a couple weeks ago.
Oh, no.
Holy crap. That is not good.
Yeah, man, they're everywhere around here.
So what do you got? You got the meth heads, or what do you have?
We got it all, man. We got
Oh, man.
tweakers. We got tweakers. We got cartel. We got some Middle Eastern folks that are doing goofy things. Those 2 guys over in Texas that got shot. You know, when they did the drawing rally last year. Those guys lived like a mile or 2 miles away from my house. They got this huge mosque down the road. They like to do their things.
See, we just have a bunch of people who say y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm from Idaho.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about people jumping the Idaho border.
Well, I don't really.
You say like this was
Classic. That is freaking Facebook right there.
Hey,
So
speaking
I
of
don't.
Facebook, since we're wrapping things up here, there's something I wanted to say. There's a joke on here I'm reading, and I came up with this earlier. So like it's a little text conversation back and forth. It goes, Wikipedia, I know everything. Google, I have everything. Facebook, I know everybody. Internet, without me, you're all nothing. Electricity, keep talking, bitches. And then so I came up with atoms. Without me, nothing matters. I just thought that was funny as hell. I just threw it out. I was busy doing my.
You're such a nerd.
And I'm reading.
That was way too much fun.
What's that?
Did you just say that in public?
It's all right. He's going through like organic chemistry or something right now, so his mind is being opened.
I like you, man. I hope your girl's not watching.
Why? The geekiness part?
I don't know if you guys. Oh, good.
Hashtag Adams.
So yeah. So for
Not
those.
Adams Arms, but ATOMS.
Yes, ATOMS. Yes, I'm studying chemistry to try to finish up my degree. So that's where that came from. I'm doing that while I was kind of like distracted by the Facebook, and as usual, battling my addiction to Facebook and working on my chemistry homework today. And I saw that on there. I'm like, boom, it clicked, and I just thought it was hilarious. So that's my quote of the day: Adams, without me, nothing matters.
That was genius.
So anyway, since it's 10:11 now, and we've been on about for at least an hour, so I figure we probably wrap things up with that. So Jesse, you got anything else you want to throw out tonight? First off, we do appreciate you being here with us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure, it was a good time and everything. But yeah, if you have anything else you want to mention, any other sponsors or anything else, any events coming up you want to talk about real quick?
Well, just real quick, I want to just let you guys admire my Darth Vader up on top of here.
Yeah,
I was going to comment on that.
You got to get some better lighting, but I did see that. You just sent me the picture the other day, like, here's my backdrop. I'm like, that's way better than any of our backdrops. So
You know what I like more than that Darth Vader mask is that Department of the Navy symbol above your left shoulder.
Yeah, see, this is, okay, so both of my parents are veterans.
Awesome.
So,
thank you.
yeah, and, absolutely. Yeah, I will. I definitely will. But I've got all the branches up here, and this is the backdrop that I use for YouTube and everything else. I just, I'm really into the veterans and stuff like that, so I really.
Do you have a channel for YouTube? Do you do anything on YouTube? Is it your own stuff yet?
I've got a little bit up, but I'm just getting started. It's really difficult because I don't have someone that'll go around and videotape me while I'm shooting and stuff.
You know what?
So it's
We'll talk off air about that. Maybe I can give you some ideas because I don't always have someone filming for me either, and I do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I wear it on my forehead.
Yeah, there's some options. I can give you some ideas on inexpensive ways and different techniques that I've played with for what I know.
I should tell the camera to look at me, and it happens.
Yeah.
Wow, thanks, Joe.
Personality.
No problem. I find your lack of lighting disturbing. There, I threw in my Star Wars reference.
Hey,
okay, you know what? I had tried so hard. I don't know if you guys saw me earlier in the show, but I was moving this stupid lamp around, all around my room, trying to find good lighting. So I tried, all right?
Hey, don't feel bad. My lighting's
Sign off there, Rick.
What's that?
Almost time to sign off there, huh?
Yeah, so we'll wrap things up. But yeah, Jesse, thank you for being on with us. We'll do this again in the future for sure. If you want to come on again, we'll have you on with us to hang out and talk guns and all the cool stuff that we're doing. And Joe, you got anything else you want to throw out there? Anything about Freedom Gunworks or?
Yeah, you see us at you can place your orders at freedomgunworks.com, ckarms.com. The email address is sales@freedomgunworks.com. Prices are listed. There's a really good gallery on there. And if you guys don't know, Freedom Gunworks and Chile Custom Guns are their own thing, and they work together to make CK Arms. Come check us out. Matt Chile with Chile Customs and Bobby Kagans with Freedom Gunworks. A really good group of guys. Weapon Shield, George Fennell. Take a look at them. It is the best weapons lube protectants out there for your firearms. And Ernie Hill Speed and Guga Rebus.
Right on. Cool. Well, thank you, Joe, for being with us. So, Ryan, you got anything you want to throw out there?
Not really.
I titled this episode,
Florida, man.
I meant to mention this before. I didn't mean to cut you off. I was going to say, I titled this episode, Where's Mr. Fox? Because we've been trying to get him on with us every time, and he just, doesn't show up.
No, you know what, man? I just talked to him before the show. He was supposed to be on with us tonight, but he was in the hospital. His father had to have a heart stent put in today, so he kind of spaced out the show. I forgot to tell you that.
No, man, I hope everything turns out okay.
Wow, thanks for telling us. But I
yeah,
hope
he's
okay.
all right.
Yeah. So Eric is a good guy too. I mean, I got to hang out with him, meet him finally when I was down in Las Vegas there with you guys. But
yeah, he'll get on shortly, man. He's one of my sponsors. So I'm just thankful for all of them. They're sending me around the country. So
yes, hopefully you'll be up in our direction at some point. Maybe you'll get out to our range. We're hoping to get something put together with 3 Gun Nation maybe for 2017. For maybe a regional at some point. We're really trying to grow our 3-gun program and stuff, but. Fox 10 Tactical. So I don't know if you want to mention the rest of your sponsors and stuff since you didn't give any names yet.
Yeah, man, this is going to be a good season. I got Wilderness Tactical Products, Ataball Optics, 1776 United Clothing Company, KE Arms, Thor Supply, Smith Enterprise, I just said Fox 10. Cape Creek Armory, man, everyone's chipping in, and they're all paying for me to go around the country and shoot because they all have confidence that I'm gonna turn into something. So I'm thankful
yeah,
for that.
I saw some of your videos. You're tearing it up, and I can't wait to shoot with you this weekend. So
Thanks.
I think I gotta say your demeanor is always great. You're very cool to talk with. So I think definitely you're gonna do really well. And that's why, again, for all those people out there that are watching, they may have gotten my friends' requests and my invites to go to Ryan's athlete page. I appreciate you guys going over there and giving him a like. If you haven't, go over to Ryan Wiggins' athlete page and do it. Super cool guy. Definitely keep up with him. So
Don't trust me with recoil springs.
yes, yes, that was an awesome picture that you took, and then for those who don't know, you can see it on my Instagram. I posted it on there for sure, but it's also I think I got on your Facebook or your athlete page maybe. I'm not sure.
Well, real quick for Jesse and Joe, I got accused of stealing a recoil spring at work. I'm a gunsmith. I installed an Apex trigger kit for a guy, and he swears that the Apex trigger kit came with a recoil spring. And
No, it doesn't.
Oh.
So
So he's got a picture with his.
right? What? It does. What does that mean? It's crazy.
You have to see his
I don't-
picture.
It was the Spring Fairy.
Anyway, thanks for having us, Rick.
Yes, thank you guys for being on. I appreciate it. I know we're already a little over our time, so again, real quick, I'll thank our show sponsors: the Range 385 at therange355.com, BAT Arms at batarms.com, Eggleston Munitions at egglestonmunitions.com, and we're counting, and Tier 1 Training at tier1training.com, and Applied Arsenal Finishes at aafgw.com, our Cerakote sponsor, who actually did my rifle, the Super Blue Awesome Rifle that I don't have a hashtag for, but did an awesome job. So thank you.
Ooh, I have a
everybody.
hashtag for it.
What's that?
I have a hashtag for it.
Okay, send me a message with what it is. I'll see if I approve it.
Oh, it's clean. Smells
What's
like
it? Say it again, Joe.
smells like bacon.
Smells like bacon. Maybe. I thought about doing one of those videos, by the way, just for fun, with cooking the bacon on the barrel, but I don't know. Anyway, enough stuff for tonight. Thank you guys for being on with us, Jesse and Joe and Ryan. Always good times. And this weekend, 3 Gun Nation Southeast Regional down in Frostproof, Florida, will be out there, me and Ryan. So hopefully, if anyone's out there that's going to be shooting the match, make sure you stop by and say hi. If you're coming out to watch the match, make sure you stop by and say hi as well. We'd love to see you. And until next time, as always, go out and have fun shooting.